You are live, sir.
Good evening, everyone. It's 7:01. I call this meeting to order. This meeting is being held in accordance with public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. I would like to ask Dave Penna of American Legion 228 to kindly lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now ask for a respectful moment of silence for all those who serve our country, both near and not so near. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Capides,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Here.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Here.
Committeeman Huber,
Present.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Present.
Thank you. We have no proclamations tonight or announcements. I just have a quick thank you. Last weekend on Saturday, we had the great joy of driving Santa Claus around all through Springfield. It was very much a collaborative effort through the Township Administration Office, our fire department, our recreation department, and of course, a heck of a job done by Santa. It was amazing to see as we went through town, just people of all ages, of all religious beliefs outside, waiting for Santa to come down the street. It was certainly well received by all, and it was a tremendous success. And it looks like it's the first year of a tradition. And I just want to thank all of those entities in town that helped contribute. Our auxiliary police were involved too. And it was just a really, really nice day, a really good time. The weather held out. The weather was beautiful. And again, an extra special thank you to Santa Claus. And of course, it was Santa's idea from the get-go. And thanks to his advice and suggestion, it was really a well-received event. Also, just as another, I guess, treat or something to do, I can't take this idea. I can't take credit for this idea. This was totally my wife's idea. But what I am planning on doing is on Christmas Eve. I don't know the time yet, but my family's going to join me, and we're going to do a little bit of Facebook Live, where my family and I are going to read The Night Before Christmas on Christmas Eve. Please stay tuned for the time where that's going to happen. But I thought, it might be a nice thing to do for the holidays. So if you're around on Christmas Eve, we don't know the time yet, but that will certainly be advertised. Look for that and hope you could join me for a live reading of The Night Before Christmas. Any other proclamations or announcements from any of the Township Committee?
Rich Hubert, you're a rock star, man. 8 hours in the back of a truck, getting slung around Springfield in the cold. I don't know what else to say.
It was a joint effort by the Township Committee, the fire department, the police, and the auxiliary police. It was a joint effort by everybody.
That was Rich.
I don't know. It was Santa Claus, Mike.
Santa Claus, as far as I
Santa.
know. I was just holding Santa Claus in the seat. And the driver was very good, let me tell you.
Yeah. Fire department does know those routes very, very well. And we were very appreciative.
You still be driving.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We'd still be circling Springfield.
We still be on the top.
With that, I'd like to open the meeting to public comments on agenda items only. If anyone has a comment on any of the agenda items, please use the Q&A or chat functions on your Zoom. Please start by stating your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comment portion of the meeting on agenda items and move on to reports. First up this evening is Administrator's Report. Good evening, Mr. Basicolo.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. As I think everyone's well aware, we had our first snowstorm, and I would just like to acknowledge and thank Mr. Betcher, Mr. Brennan, Mr. Rella, and the entire DPW crew. I think they did a great job of quickly and safely opening our roads, removing the snow. One of the other things that we had, which was a big plus, we had no breakdown of any equipment. So everything's been cleaned and we're ready to go. If we get another one, we got plenty of salt. All the trucks are ready to roll. So good job by everyone at DPW. Thank you, guys. On our developments, if you've been by our Charlie Larkin's property, which is on the corner of Church Mall, Charlie now has the brick done on the back of the building, the Church Mall side, about half of Walnut Court, and he started the front with the brick. If you saw, he had scaffolding put up and he had netting put up just in case anything should fall. The netting will stop it from, reaching the street or anything. So he's continuing to make good progress. On our Gomes project, they did pour more foundation wall on Caldwell's side. And last week on Friday, they did start to put up the forms for the foundations on Center Street. So they're continuing to work. I don't know if they poured today. I wasn't out there. I'll try to get out there sometime later in the week, check and see what's going on there. I did speak to Scott over at the Saks development, and Scott and I are going, he's the project manager there. We're going to have a phone call once every couple of weeks just to get an update to see where they are so that we can make sure we keep our residents and all of you apprised of where we are in that progress there, what's going on. Right now, they're cleaning up the inside of the building. They're removing any asbestos and getting ready for demo. We should be seeing demo probably in the next couple of 2-3 weeks. But again, he will notify us before so we can notify all the residents surrounding it and all of our residents in town. And if anybody would like to be there from the committee, you guys would be invited and you're welcome to join and come see the building finally after 20 some years get knocked down. I think you're going to see that go up very, very quickly. I've dealt with garden homes in the past. They're professional. They're ready to go. I think you'll see progress very, very quickly there. So that's exciting. We're waiting to see that really start. Other than that, it's been a little quiet around the holidays. So unless there's any questions, yes, sir.
The only thing I'm going to ask, and Mike, this is for you also, if we can have the demo, like if we can go there, start on a Saturday. I know it's hard and a pain in the butt, but people are working. Some people are working. It's hard to get out in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I will ask them again. I don't know how they schedule that, Rich, if the companies are available or not, but I'll certainly ask Scott on that.
We usually have a ceremony like on one Saturday before he does it. It doesn't matter. I just want, I like to be there. I mean, we've, as a township committee, have put a lot of time in there. I mean, I've gone to meetings. Everybody else has gone to meetings about that. And I think it'd really be nice, if we did that. And even extend a hand to Milburn mayor, if the Milburn mayor wants to be there. Maybe we should do that.
I am keeping their BA in the loop on everything. Alex and I are talking on this constantly, so they're fully aware of what's going on.
Rich, I agree with you. Like, again, we could do the celebration a Saturday before, and then maybe, and I hate to interrupt, and then maybe the day that they actually do the demo, anybody who can make it, come out on that day also.
Yep, I will confirm that with Scott. Not a problem, guys.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for John? Thank you, John. Moving on, we're going to say hello to Mike Scalera. He's going to give us a bid update. Mike, how are you, sir?
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I'm doing great. So I have my mic on the shelf behind me to help me out through this. So just we had our end of year bid meeting today, and it was more on reflection on what has transpired over the past year. When we had our meeting a year ago, not knowing what was going to happen in 2020. And as bad as 2020 has been, it's been an outstanding year for Springfield and redevelopment. I just want to say thanks, John. He did an absolutely marvelous job. He was the engineer of the train, making sure everything was in place and all the rules and everything were followed, and they were. And to say, again, having 3 redevelopment properties all happening this year, again, between Larkin, Saks, and the Gomes property, seeing it all happen, it's incredible, as bad as the year has been. So we did celebrate, but again, it was a lot of hard work. And again, I want to thank John again. He did a tremendous job. With the Business Improvement District, my board members are outstanding. We had to develop new ways to think out of the box, new ways to market, new ways to help businesses. So we took a bad situation and made it better. And again, whenever something like this happens and there's things that happen not to the best, you have to work through it. And always my saying for the past 7, 8 years, doing nothing is not an option. When you don't do anything, things do not happen. So I have a great board. We had great recommendations. We were all thinking out of the box. We're all business people. So to put our brains to really work hard to make them a success and help the businesses out. And we're still not done. Again, 2021, it'll be a continuation of 2020. So we are having our marketing meeting in January to think of new ideas in regards to supporting businesses, also looking at other grant monies for them. And again, we're not stopping. Again, doing nothing is not an option for us. So I just want to thank all of you guys also. You've been great to work with. I really look forward to working with you guys in 2021. You've been tremendous for helping us out and giving us leadership in regards to redevelopment, streetscape, marketing, helping the business, and everybody. We all help out, and who benefits? It's the businesses and also the residents of Springfield. So outstanding job in a bad situation for 2020. But again, we're still going to press on it, and we're not stopping. And again, 20 and 21 beyond. So thank you again, everybody.
Thank you, Mike. Does anyone have any questions for Mike Scalera? Seeing none, we're going to move on. Let's pay some bills. Do I have a motion?
Now you'll have a motion. As needed.
All right.
I will make a motion to accept the payroll and invoices for the period of December 9th through December 22nd, 2020 in the amount of $1,800,169.97.
I will second that.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
yes,
Committeeman Huber,
Yes,
Mayor Capides.
Yes. I see we have the pool budget report, the revenue report, and the November current budget report. I move that they be received and filed. And let us go on to minutes and reports. And do we have a motion, please?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adopt regular meeting minutes of October 27th, 2020 as emailed, and regular meeting minutes of November 10th, 2020 as emailed.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Okay, thank you. We have no new business in terms of ordinances for second reading or first reading. We're going to move on to resolutions. I'm going to ask for a motion by consent agenda. If you'd like any of these resolutions pulled, please let me know. Resolution 2020-309, 310, 311, 312, 313, 314, 315, 316, 317, 318, 319, 320. Have a motion, please?
I will make a motion to accept the following resolutions on consent agenda. Resolution 2020-309 through Resolution 2020-320.
I will second it.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
yes,
Committeeman Huber,
Yes,
Mayor Capides.
Yes. Moving on to discussion and actions items. There's just one, and it came up today. I received a couple of emails, and I noticed there were some comments on Facebook about January 1 plans, our reorganization meeting, as it relates to the location, the process and procedure. Will it be Zoom? Will it be in person? Part of the responsibilities of moving along to the next year is planning for that reorganizational meeting. I have been in contact with individual members of the Township Committee as well as the administration. We are currently planning to set the agenda for our reorganization meeting along with its location. And when we have plans and a process and procedure, we will certainly pass that along to you. It is in discussion right now in terms of the location. That is, all I really want to get into at this time. But I do want to say that when we do have some plans moving forward, we will certainly allow the public to know what those plans are. Anyone else have any discussion or action items?
Yeah, I have two things I want to bring up real quick that aren't they're not township sponsored, but they are resident sponsored. Number one, you got a holiday light contest going on. If you can go onto the residence forums, there's a lot of prizes. There's a lot of people that have put a lot of effort into their houses. The list of the houses are up there. Take a drive by or take a look at the pictures online. Vote. You'll be pretty impressed on some of the houses. That's number one. And then number two, there's a program that was started by a resident. And actually she was interviewed today by News 12 on it. And it's Tony Graziano started something at, I think right now it's only at 3 stores. I think right now it's at TD. I think it's at Bagel Supreme. No, it's at Halo, Bagel Supreme, and Tom's. And basically it's a pay it forward program where you go in there and you put some money on a Post-it note and buy a meal for somebody who might need something, might be a little short on money and need a coffee or a slice of pizza or a bagel. And it's an outstanding program. And this township does not survive without people like that and doing programs like that.
Chris, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to add to that. Mylene Pinto, I believe is her name. I don't know her. I met her for like 2 seconds, but she was the other person who worked with Tony on this. So I just want to give credit to both of them.
Perfect. Now you were there today will you stop by?
I did stop by because Tony wanted to see if one of us could be there. And I was on I happened to be on my lunch break at school. So I was able, because I'm right down the street, because I know everybody else was tied up. I didn't speak to the reporter or anything, but I just wanted to go show some moral support and show some township support and thank both ladies for what they've done. I've known Tony in the past. I know she's a neighbor of Mayor Capitis's. I know that she's incredibly charitable. Her family does a ton for so many people. I met Mylene briefly. She was lovely. And she was the one, I think the person who brought it up on social media. And then she and Tony got together, and it's a pretty awesome thing. And both of those ladies deserve a lot of credit for this, for taking the initiative, because a lot of us talk about things and how we see things on social media. We see things on TV like, oh, that would be great. But they took the next step and put it into practice. And it's because of residents like them that Springfield is just really a good place to be in. So I do thank both of those women for what they did. It was great. And it is great because it's going on. So it is great.
Mylene, I didn't mean to leave you out. Thank you so much. Thank you both, Mylene and Tony. The last thing I have, I just want to throw something out there real quick. Mayor Chris Capitis, hardest mayor term since 1794, man. I don't even know what to say. It was, as your deputy mayor, I got to tell you, I learned a megaton from you. I learned how to, I got to tell you, they threw everything at you except for the locusts right now, or whatever, the murder hornets, whatever was coming.
There's still a couple weeks.
Yeah, they threw it all at you this year. And I got to tell you, man, Mr. Mayor, you handled it exceptional. So thank you for a great 2020, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
One thing I'd like to say is the mayor, deputy mayor, and the committee. People don't realize how hard it was this year. John, you and all the department heads, chief, both chiefs, Mike. But we pulled together and we did it. I mean, as a committee, as a town. I was proud to be on this committee this year. Chris, I told you, I mean, people can hear me say it. I couldn't have done it this year. I couldn't have been mayor this year and done what you did. You did an outstanding job, I think.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
We're gonna keep on going, and I wish everybody, happy holidays. And it's been a learning year for me, and I've been here forever. So
You invented the township committee.
no, but I want to thank everybody, in the town that works for the town and the people who are understanding. And sometimes it took us time to do things, but we did it, and we did the best we could for the town, not just individuals, everybody.
I agree with Rich. It was Chris and everyone, all of our department heads, everybody at town hall, everybody in all the departments that people don't even know who you are until they need you. Everybody had pulled through this year. The communication was great. The challenges we all had to face, and people just doing their jobs above and beyond. And thank you to our residents, like Rich made mention of, because in a year like this, where there was so much turmoil in the world, our residents were so supportive and so understanding and just great. And people often ask, why do you get into things like this? And, you only hear negative from people, and that's really not true. I mean, you do in every job, you hear some negative, but overall people were so understanding. And watching people over the past few months help other people. I know it sounds cliche, but really people do come together in this town, and it's great to have an opportunity to represent the town. And thank all of you on screen and everybody in all of your departments for the hard work, because it is appreciated. It really is. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, and hey, I'll wrap it up. Thanks to, of course, all the township employees. It's been one tough year to echo everything. Chris, you did an amazing job. The other Chris, you also did an amazing job. But can I just say I'm thankful that we're turning the page? Wow. God, come on, guys. Can we just get to 2021 already? Like, I'm ready. Happy holidays to everybody.
Well, thank you.
There's one other thing I just want to say. Mr. Betchard, I got one complaint. I told John, we laughed about the snow plowing. Somebody complained to me that you were on the street too early. And I said, okay. I said, I'll just tell, the road department to plow that last. And when the neighbors complain, I'll just put all the calls to your house.
There you go. Thank you, Rich.
All right.
Any other discussion or action items?
No.
Okay, moving on to correspondence. We have no correspondence. And right now I'm going to open up the meeting for public comment on any governmental issue. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please use the Q&A function or the chat function on your Zoom to be recognized. State your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. I'm going to ask Ms. Brennan if she wouldn't mind keeping the 3-minute time. And seeing none, I'm going to close the public comment portion of the meeting. And before I ask for an adjournment, I just want to thank my fellow committee members for the kind words that you just shared about me and about our team, because I think that's what it's about. And I was trying to think about how to encapsulate this year with everything that's gone on. And I think the word that comes to mind is something that Mike Scalera said, is gratitude. I am grateful for everybody on the screen and all the residents of this town. I'd like to just a couple of thank yous. First to my wife and children, Lisa, Madison, Christopher, for allowing me to do what I did for the year. I know that took a lot of time away from family, and I'm so grateful that they were able to allow me to do that. John Basicolo, I don't think there was a phone call that I made to you that I don't think I've ever heard your voicemail. You were always on the phone, always accessible. And I'm always very appreciative for all the support and help that you gave on a day-to-day basis. And you having the power to run this town for us and us empowering you to do that is something that we've never taken for granted. And we certainly appreciate that. To the ladies in the office, Linda and Mary Ellen, thank you for always being my sounding board. Jen Law for giving out all the messages and being the voice of Springfield. I know she's a little ticked at me because I took a couple away from her, but I do appreciate her looking out for me always. Lauren from the tax office doing an excellent job for us this year. We had to make a lot of tough decisions, and I appreciate her support for every step of the way. I could not really get away with this year without thanking Mike Fitzpatrick from our health office. With everything that's been going on and continues to go on, the help and support that we've gotten from his office in terms of, some of the tough news that we had to share with our community during this time. He was always there, available and helpful and very supportive of us. Speaking of unprecedented times, I can't not thank Joe Voorhees and Apu Mullock for being ready at the call for whatever we needed, whether it was Zoom, whether it was a meeting, whether it was anything that we needed to do to get information out. We do appreciate that. Diane, Sherry, Mike Scalera, one of the things that I wanted to do this year is, provide more information about our businesses and what a year to do it too with all the things that have been going on. Thank you for your support and your leadership in our businesses. Every single one of the department heads and all our township employees who are the backbone of this town. I've always said that community service is job number one, and you have fulfilled that and then some, especially this year. All of our first responders that were so critical this year and all the things that have popped up. Lastly, the township committee, my colleagues on here, my team, we have been awesome, and the collaboration that we share together, and the conversations we've have, and the discussions we have about the future of this town and what direction we want have been very frank and productive, and I appreciate every single one of them. And to just my deputy mayor, Chris Weber, there is nothing I could have wanted more out of a deputy mayor. I think that the work that you did, just being my right hand, and all the work you did during the storm with the feet on the ground was just meant so much to me, and was a help and support to me in the time of need, and reaching our residents was awesome. And finally, and I promise I'm done, is our residents. I can't thank you enough for the emails, the comments, whether they were good or bad. The comments that you made and the participation you showed meant that you cared. And that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for invested members of our community to come forward and give your opinion and give your 2 cents about what you want to see for the future of this town. And whether it was good or bad, whether it was about a tree or a baseball field or taxes or redevelopment, you were there to lend your opinion, good or bad. And we needed to hear it all. And we thank you for that, because it's that knowledge and that feedback that we need to make the decisions moving forward for what's best in our community. And I hope we did not let you down. With that, I apologize. And I just wanted to thank you very much for a wonderful year. I couldn't ask for a better group of people to work with. And I wish you the best holiday season and a great 2021. With that, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
7:30.
Hey, have a good holiday, guys.
Did I do it?
Hey,
7:30.
I did it. 7:30. Have a good one, everybody.
dude.